Hello and welcome to my first live stream on the channel. I explained it in a community post the other day. I thought that I would try and do a live stream every Wednesday. My posting schedule should be short story podcast on a Monday, and a full channel video on a Hello and welcome to my first live stream on the channel. I've already done that welcome, and if I have, I apologise, but it's just told me that I've gone live, so I thought best do it again because I may have been talking into the void just before that. I was looking at the channel the other day, and I'm supposed to have a regular posting schedule. Doesn't always work out that way. I do a full video on a Friday. I do a short story podcast on a Monday. So I thought Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be good. And I've always been wondering about these live streams. Never really done one. So I thought, yeah, let's give it a go. My thinking is it could be the same kind of live stream, but rotated. So if you've got any ideas of what we could do on a Wednesday afternoon, it's probably going to be around 3 o'clock. Makes sense, I guess, to do it at the same time every week so that people get used to that. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, I'm thinking along the lines of what I'm doing today, sitting in the greenhouse, chatting, got loads to do. I have a lot of these kind of plants. And all these little plants growing off it are individual plants, or even if they're not, this one needs repotting. A lot of seed succulents. It's like this. All these separate shoots would make individual plants. So there's loads to do in here. So one live stream could be in the greenhouse, having a chat, doing a bit of gardening, talking about life in general. I thought, which would be quite challenging because when you're out walking, doing the city walks, country walks aren't so bad. It's whether you get a signal, but the city walks, I've always quite fancied doing one of those as a live stream. So that would be challenging, but obviously being live, you don't have any editorial control. And then things like if you're at the seaside, you could do a live stream of the sea or the beach or the harbour, or if you're at the airport, you could do a live stream of the airport. Or if you stood by a motorway, you could do a live stream of the motorway. So, and then I'm thinking of just looping it round so it's not the same thing every week. So if you have got any ideas, then let me know. The only problem with them is you don't really. It's all a bit on the hoof, isn't it? All a bit amateurish. But then, not my channel anyway. What a day. So, let's see. Can this go here? I'm going to do a little bit of repotting, I think, while I'm talking to you. There you go. I'm going to repot this. It's a great little plant. Tell me if you can't see. Yeah. Just excuse this, but there we go. Yeah, what a day. I don't know if it rained where you are, but it absolutely bounced it down here at 4 o'clock this morning. So much so that it woke me up. So we're reporting these. This is just a general purpose. I'm going to sit down, not because I'm being lazy, but I think you probably hear me better. This is a general purpose compost. Yes, it absolutely bounced it down here. So the rain woke me up. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'll get up, and so I've got this horticultural grit that I like to spread on the top of these kind of plants, but it doesn't hurt to just mix a bit of it in for drainage. So yeah, I thought I might as well make use of my time. So I thought I'd record the rain. I like to make the channel's very eclectic. It'll never be massive because I refuse to do a niche. I like to just do whatever comes in my head at any given time. And so this morning I was going to make a recording of about 3 hours of 3 hours of the rain. There you go. So some of these are going to come off, they're falling off. So they can be new plants for friends and friends and family. That might be as much as we get done today. The only trouble with things like this, they're a bit like cactuses, they're really fiddly, because you have to just literally get the soil and squish it down. I'm going to have to stand up, sorry. Where was I? So I thought I would make a video about the rain. Some people find it very relaxing, helps them sleep. I made one once before, got about 100 views, but you never know. And it was easy enough to make. So I got my phone, bearing in mind it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I was a little bit tired. So I haven't slept well for about 4 nights. And the way not to make a recording of the rain is to open your bedroom window, switch on the voice record on your phone and put the phone on the windowsill. It was like a water park, a water slide at a theme park. It just slid straight off, screen facing down and landed with a smack on the concrete yard that we have. So that was the start to my day. So at that point I've sort of already given up. So I went back to bed. I think we'll take that off. We'll try and... Now, I've never propagated these before. I'm not sure it's the best way to do it, but there's millions of little plants. So yeah, so I gave up and I went back to bed. And after about, and it was bouncing down, so after about 5 or 10 minutes I thought, oh, I best go see what the damage is, because it was quite expensive, was my phone. It's a Samsung S23 Ultra. It's a year or two old now, but it's got a brilliant camera on it. Sounds very good on it. So I got up, went downstairs, went out into the yard, and sure enough it was face down, screen down, which is utterly remarkable, on the concrete. It's still recording the sound, not a mark on it. Not really, I don't really believe in guardian angels and stuff. There you go, guys. So that can expand nicely now without leave these on. Absolutely remarkable. Didn't have a mark on it, so anyway, I went back to the drawing board, got my digital recorder out. Came out at 4:15 this morning with the torch, put the digital recorder in the doorway of the greenhouse, went back in the house, fell asleep in the chair and recorded the rain for 3.5 hours. So that video has still got to come. And then lots of chores. I got the opportunity to go out for lunch with some friends. Didn't get home in time from all the chores that I was doing this morning. So I didn't get to go out for lunch. Took the dogs out, that was uneventful. And then I'd already decided to do this a week or so back. So here I am in Leeds. Maybe we could do a Livestream Wednesday with a walk that's suggested. Bearing in mind I still do feel a bit self-conscious. So I'm not going to walk down a crowded street in the middle of Leeds with the camera blazing. But if there's anything specific you guys want to see, so all I'm thinking of doing with these they're already halfway grown, aren't they? They've put on a little plant and they've put on a little root. So I'm just thinking, why don't we just I was just on about the cost of living this morning. Also, what's the worst accident you've ever had with it? And did it survive? That's the worst accident I could imagine having with a phone, actually. And I'm amazed it survived. Throwing it out of a first floor bedroom window onto a concrete pad. So yeah, with these you just have to sort of sort them out yourself. These are still alive. Some of these have died, these new ones. So I'm guessing if you just plant that as a bunch, and as I say, plant loosely, I mean stick it in the pot and then sort of backfill a bit with grit and yeah, cost of living. I was on about that. A friend rang this morning. Plants in garden centres. Right? You know, this is the cost of plants in garden centres, and you pay £10–11 for them. So yeah, that's my day. Nothing. That's pretty much it. Any questions you might have? Anything you want me to talk about on these live streams within reason? Let me know, and I'll try my best. I say that plant that I've just repotted, I mean, you could literally get dozens and dozens of plants, because every single one of these would make a plant, wouldn't it? But these will make nice plants just that bit quicker. You can see all the roots sticking up. I'm not even sure what this is. If you know, let me know in the comments. So yeah, that was it. I'm just going to tell you about my guardian angel. I don't believe in, but keeps cropping up. Like when I threw myself down a cliff in May, and when I threw my phone out of the bedroom window. It seems to be a worrying trend here. Don't want to talk about politics or religion. I do, but I'm not going to do, because that's not what my channel's about. So I think we'll stick to what the channel's about, which is growing old, the aging process. That's a nicer way of putting it. The aging process, and how you live in later life. How to try and stay healthy, or how I try and stay healthy. Walking, gardening, Leeds, York, Bradford, Edinburgh, Finland, the seaside, mountains, you name it, music, reading, unsolved murders, yeah, but not the shocking state of the world. And who is or isn't to blame for it, we'll leave that to other channels. I need to do a script, not a script. I think I need to do some bullet points, don't I? The other thing I was going to talk about was social media. Anybody who follows me on anything other than here, you may have noticed I've disappeared off Facebook and Instagram this week. I'll probably go back. Look at that. Look at that. I'll probably go back. What? But I came off of Facebook partly for the reasons I was telling you about. It's just become it's an awful place, is Facebook. It's just full of people's opinions, and you know what? I don't want to hear them. So I've left it, and I've actually been left now the longest I've ever been left Facebook. I've been at it for about 8 days. I also just for no reason really, I left Instagram as well. And Instagram's not as bad because you can curate who you follow, and I follow mostly people who post about trees and well-being and tranquility and that kind of thing. So I'll probably go back to Instagram. I probably just spend too much time on Instagram. I did Reddit, and I left that because people say to me, "Oh, Reddit's great," and it's not. It was just full of opinions. And Twitter, well, what a place that became, and it was brilliant. Was Twitter? I love Twitter. I've been on Twitter since 2016, but I actually left. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, when you leave these platforms, within 30 days you can log back in, and I never could leave them because I couldn't get past 30 days without logging back in. Well, I've done that now with Twitter. I've been gone from Twitter for months, and I don't miss it at all. And I would like to do the same with Facebook. So if you are a Facebook friend and I don't come back on it, then send me a message on here, and I can let you have my mobile number or whatever. And the same for Instagram if I stay off Instagram. But yeah, are you on social media? Have you left social media? What impact does social media have, if any, in your life? The thing about being older, I mean, I say this to people, I remember, we're lucky, aren't we, in that respect, because we remember a time when we didn't have social media. You'd get up for school or work on a morning, have your breakfast, and you didn't have a phone to scroll. You had to read the back of the cornflake packet or the back of the Weetabix box or a magazine or a book or listen to the radio. And I actually miss that. I really do. But every time I consider getting rid of my phone, my smartphone, there's just so much on it. There's the map apps, Ordnance Survey map apps. There's my music. There's just everything. They've got us, haven't they? They've got us where they want us. So that's those guys. As I say, it's a bit of a rambling sort of nonsense today, but it's just for me to get a feel of this and you to let me know what you think. Another example, which shall we do this one as well, is this. You buy these as one in the garden centre. Like, they don't tell you that they do this. They become a big sprout all these shoots. So without knowing how to do this, what I think I would be inclined to do with this is to just literally, I don't know if you can see, is to just break it up. So yeah, what have we covered so far? Social media, damaging your phones, intentionally or otherwise. And were they still working after you damaged the said phone? Just trying to work out how this plant works. So it seems to all come from there. So I think it's like a lot of divisions. Tear it off, and as long as you get some root on the bit that you've torn off, then I think you're okay. Yeah, I think you are. I'm going to stand up again. Well, somebody suggested that I talk about plans for walks and things. I'm smiling because the live stream is a huge success. We've currently got 2 people following it, so thank you very much. It did go up to 6. Oh yeah, social media. Yeah. I think the truth is I just probably need a break from it. It's I'm going to try and stay off Facebook forever. It's an awful place. And I may go back to Instagram. But yeah, walks really. I've got 2 planned imminently. I'm going walking tomorrow up to the Yorkshire Dales with the dog and a couple of friends, and then I have a walk in Leeds that I want to try and get done in the next week or so, which I'm quite keen to do. So the walk tomorrow is just, as I say, with the friends and the dog. I'm going to go around a reservoir and see what the, I know we've had a lot of rain, so just get this and stick it in there, and that's literally all you do. Oh, come on. And again, it's got some root on. So, yeah, so the walk tomorrow is in a round a reservoir. I'm going to take the drone and see if I can get some drone footage of the state of the Yorkshire reservoirs before they fill up with water. And the walk that I'm planning in Leeds, I'm wanting to walk like across Leeds, so either setting off from the centre or the outskirts and walking in, or setting off from a point in the city and walking across. In this case, I'm going to walk from the Parkinson building at the University of Leeds to St Bartholomew's Church in Armley, because you can see the Parkinson building almost from St Bartholomew's, and then from St Bartholomew's I'm going to walk to, forget the name of it, the parish church in Hunslet that is no more, there's just the spire of it, and it's near the Pennyhill Centre in Hunslet. Well, you can see St Bartholomew's Church from there. And then from there you can see St Saviour's Church at Richmond Hill, and then you'll be able to see the Parkinson building from all over Leeds. You can't anymore. So yeah, it's 8 miles. I've checked it out on OS Maps. So that's coming up in the next week or two, and the walk tomorrow. So yeah, that's it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those from one plant, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and the original is looking good in its new pot. So that's it, guys. Livestream Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. It's been an amazing failure, one person so far. So whoever you are, thank you. And if you have joined me, thanks. And if you've got any comments, then leave them below. See you next Wednesday. See where we end up then. Ciao.